Yes! Yes!
Just, what the fuck?
Yes!
We had a nice setup!
Yes! Yes!
We made a freaking turkey!
Yes!
A motherfucking turkey!
Yes!
No joke!
Yes!
Special fucking evening!
Yes! 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 Yes!
Why are you fucking yesing?
Yes! Didn't you see WrestleMania? Yes! Yes!
Buddy.
Yes!
Buddy.
What?
No.
That's positive, dude.
What happened?
Just...
Did not happen?
Just no.
What the hell happened?
Daniel Bryan
We bought a fucking turkey! Do you understand the celebration at hand?
Yes! We got
This is like the most. This is like Christmas plus like Martin Luther King Day plus like Hanukkah. Like it's everything combined.
Plus losing your virginity.
Just every one of those.
Did I mention we bought a fucking turkey?
It was like 19 pounds.
Okay, what happened?
Well, first off, you have a Daniel Bryan t-shirt. He just fucking lost in like 19 seconds.
What?
He even had a goddamn jacket. Had a dragon on it. This is not proper right now. Just what is going on? Why are you wearing an Expos fucking hat? What the?
This has gotten way too random.
Just what the fuck is going on right now?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is WrestleMania 28 review.
This is the Instant Wrestling Report. Welcome to another edition.
Did I mention we bought a fucking turkey?
It was pretty fucking good, too.
I saw tablecloths.
My dad is a phenomenal fucking cook. And it was really good.
Macaroni with breadcrumbs and everything. That's the real macaroni and cheese.
We even had overcooked garlic bread, but it was still fucking good.
It was.
But 18 seconds?
18 seconds.
And a lot fucking more.
Did I mention how over he was? No, I'm sorry. I was talking about turkey too much. Daniel Bryan was so freaking ass over in the, I don't know, 18 to 35 seconds he was in the ring.
Yeah.
I saw
there was like 15 yes signs in the front row.
Did we mention Brodus Clay segment? Did we mention that?
How about we go over the card?
Maybe later.
Did we mention
Maybe
that?
later.
We'll have to, we're just going to talk about a lot of stuff. Because this, we're going to welcome you to another edition of the Instant Wrestling Report. Alongside my very disgruntled partners, Quad and Ryan. I am your host, J-Man. On this edition of the IWR, we're going to give you our WWE WrestleMania 28 review. Just getting off the air with this pay-per-view. We're going to have a lot of fucking shit to say about this pay-per-view. And we're going to get right to it. With our opening match, we have the World's Heavyweight Championship on the line with your world champion, Daniel Bryan, going up against Sheamus. And Sheamus beat Daniel Bryan in like 18 seconds.
Just broke it.
But Daniel Bryan did get a kiss.
He did.
He kissed AJ.
He had a match at WrestleMania.
Yeah, he did.
Well,
Did he?
He was at WrestleMania.
Did he?
I mean, he got over at WrestleMania.
He wore a sweet jacket.
That was phenomenal. That jacket.
It was.
Him and Cody Rhodes' jackets of the night.
And a lot of yes.
Sure.
Yeah, okay, but that's pretty much first match. Let's go to the second match.
Yeah, Sheamus is your new World Heavyweight Champion. What the fuck? Really? You snubbed them out of last year's WrestleMania by not giving them their U.S. title match, and then you have Daniel Bryan get kicked in the face and lose in 18 seconds when you could have had one of your best matches on the card, especially after knowing what the fuck we got out of this card with this match.
So no guesses?
Stop fucking yesing, dude.
No yes.
That's too fucking positive right now.
Yes don't mean no right now.
No, it doesn't.
Is
Not to mention the entire fucking crowd of 78,000 fucking people. The majority of that was all chanting yes. And over like a motherfucker for Daniel Bryan.
And it's his second and third match.
Fuck that, you know? Fuck that. Moving on now to the second matchup here. We had a singles match between Randy Orton and Kane. You know, this was what it was. Nothing very special. Kane getting kind of an interesting win here. I wasn't expecting him to, you know, win this matchup. I thought Randy'd win it. Being a kind of low on the card match, nothing really, you know, built up for this at all. Kane getting the win, and really, you know, yet another match that you're going to find out that can be forgotten on this pay-per-view, and Kane getting the win.
Yeah, top rope chokeslam. Really can't remember anything else that happened.
There was an attempt at an RKO. Did he hit an RKO?
I don't think he did.
Hey, but they were still saying yes and
They were saying they were chanting Daniel Bryan and
yeah.
yes during this match.
So I kind of...
Even the fans in the crowd were very disgruntled.
I don't know how that couldn't be.
I know, right?
To be honest with you. But Kane getting the win of WrestleMania in that matchup. Next matchup, we had the Workhorse title. One of the most important titles in the entire industry of professional wrestling. We had the Intercontinental Title line, one champion, the Reptar King, Cody Rhodes. I don't give a shit if it's a nickname or not. I'm calling him that. Going up against the Big Show. This was about 6 minutes. Cody Rhodes got
just dick speared.
He got dick speared. Pretty solid dick spear there. After just the most random, he went for the beautiful disaster kick, hit it, then he walked around him, did like a dull dance, then he got dick speared. And Cody Rhodes hit about...
Hashtag dick spear.
Hashtag dick spear. If that's not trending on fucking Twitter...
Trending worldwide.
It fucking better be. Cody Rhodes got 2 seconds of offense in. Big Show got his, huge, amazing, final, big, huge moment in his career. That big, huge win and winning the Intercontinental title here. Just so much to look forward to with Big Show as your new Intercontinental champion after one of the best runs as IC champion with Cody Rhodes. Can't wait for that Big Show run.
First Big Show W in WrestleMania. That means Cody Rhodes can go on the world title.
Let's hope so.
Let's really hope so.
Let's really hope so.
Big Show, your new Intercontinental champion. Wait for that run. It's going to be great. Outstanding. Next match up. We had a Divas tag match featuring Divas champion Beth Phoenix and Eve Torres going up against Kelly and Maria Menounos. I'll let you guys talk about this one.
I got turkey.
Do we mention that we had a turkey today? We were so fucking prepared for just a phenomenal night of entertainment and just professional wrestling and...
Okay, this is coming from the quad standards.
Yeah.
I literally think we just overhyped this WrestleMania. We saw what was on it. Some matches we could have skipped.
Do you really believe that, though? You really do?
This Divas match was just... I don't know why we can't have a singles Divas match and have a good, hard Divas match. Not a... Let's put a fucking celebrity in there and watch her attempt to do something.
And watch her get just skid marks.
Yeah, skid marks.
Yeah.
She did show herself half.
Trending on Twitter.
Yes.
No, it's not. But
should be.
She has 2 broken ribs and a broken foot. Why is she in wrestle match?
Yeah, this was kind of just your typical Divas match here at WrestleMania.
Well, she did shit her pants.
She did at a typical Divas match on Raw. Your typical Divas match
everywhere.
Velocity.
Everywhere.
Kelly and the mega celebrity star Maria Menounos getting the win with
the roll up.
With the roll up, with the bounce off, the double team roll up. Over to the Divas champion, one of the best, women's wrestlers in the world today, Beth Phoenix. So great Divas matchup there, sensing the sarcasm. Next matchup, I got to stop with the joking here because this one is truthful and was very important to me, and we're going to have a lot of interesting stuff to say about this one. It was the end of an era match, the Hell in a Cell match with special referee, the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels between Triple H and The Undertaker. I was telling these guys before everything going up into this, I don't know if I've really been looking forward to a match and the moment that this was going to bring in this matchup. And one thing that I got out of it, the thing that's going to last for me until if I rewatch it again or think of what's going to possibly happen going on to Raw tomorrow, what's going to go down here is this was really interesting and really kind of at times confusing the way they formatted this and confusing to the way that my phone won't turn off. There it goes. And the way that this went along, because I really wasn't expecting the interaction between Shawn Michaels and Taker and Tripp the way it was. It was the kind of theatrics that they were putting on of telling them to end it, telling Triple H telling Shawn to end it when he was beating up Taker, and Taker telling Shawn to end it when he was dominating Tripp, and in all actuality, just to talk about the match, there was some some stiff ass shit in this, and these guys came up, beat the hell up after this match with the chair shots that they took and steel steps shots that they took and everything that they took in this matchup. When it comes down to it, it's just. It left me with a sense of disappointment in a little bit of the way it was structured and the way it was formatted, and it left me really confused. But the lasting image of this match is something that I will remember for a very long time, which is all these guys acting true, acting to who they are as human beings and what it's meant to be on this entire run that all these guys have been on, and walking out all together, and that very symbolic hug that they had up at the top of the rope or at top of the entrance ramp after the Undertaker got the win over Triple H. Who knows, where this will go or how this will end up folding out. After the past 3 WrestleManias, we haven't needed anything to be explained. You can maybe say at the end of WrestleMania 27, but we've really had a finale and an ending to what we felt like, and this was called End of an Era, but this really had a sense that I almost need some explanation for this, or something to see what possibly could go on in the future with possibly Shawn Michaels and Triple H, or what the Undertaker will end up doing. It's going to be very interesting to see how this ends up folding out, if it ends up they doing something on Raw. But an emotional match, very kind of interestingly structured match with a lot of these matches on WrestleMania, but the Undertaker going to 20-0 in a very emotional matchup there.
If they do anything after this, it pretty much makes the retirement match nothing. If they have Shawn Michaels, or if pretty much the point of this match and what I saw was end of an era, that means either one or both Triple H and Undertaker are going to retire. They've both been in the company for a while, so you know they're coming up, and their age is up, so past their time. So they need a real, I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, because with Shawn being the special guest referee, you knew something was, like, there's going to be a little shenanigans. There was this back and forth stuff. But when they all walked out as one, in my opinion, I think it's done. All of them are done. Tripp's going to go into the behind the scenes. Taker's just going to maybe make his yearly appearance like he's been doing. I don't think that they're going to be wrestling that anymore.
Yeah, that's interesting, because, you know, this came into this feeling like this was going to be so just massively epic, and it underwhelmed in every aspect to me. The entrances were so underwhelming compared to last year.
Oh, God, yeah.
Just, they had no video package for this. The match quality, it started out, it was kind of going somewhere. It almost seemed like they really wanted to paint a picture of a really just like dramatic soap opera in the ring, and then there was just like fighting going on.
A lot of theatrics.
A lot of theatrics. Some people may like it more than others.
That's why I said we really almost need to watch it like 2 or 3 times to almost fit and really understand what might come out of this.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like something like, you know, it's one of those things that they really were trying to build a story in the ring as it was progressing. And it just came out weird to me. Like and it doesn't mean that the match was bad. It just came out weird to me that they would run it like that, and you know, I just the Hell in the Cell was almost unneeded. Shawn being in there made for a lot of the theatrical type things where they were trying to put each other down. You know, Triple H was saying end it, and then they did a flip flop where, well, you know, Undertaker was like end it, ring the bell. I think the best part of the whole match for me, in general, was the Shawn Michaels near fall with the kick and then the pedigree. One of the, you know, real times I thought it could have been over. But you know, going in here doing 20-0, I don't know what the plan is for after this. With the guys that they're trying to bring in now, it seems like that, you know, these two, Triple H and Undertaker, won't be there anymore. With the guys like The Rocks and maybe Brock Lesnar, these guys are trying to bring these guys in for the big, you know, pay-per-views. They're not going to have Undertaker anymore, so they're kind of worried. It almost seems like this could be that ending match, and it didn't end the way I would have hoped. It seemed very, just not my expectations.
But Taker's back did look beat up. It looked like he
beat up.
They did beat the shit out of each other. They used a lot of weapons, a lot of chair shots. It just actual wrestling portion of this was not there.
And you could tell, you know, it almost got halted, and there was just a point where it's almost like the kind of beginning portion of the match stopped, and the kind of theatrical, dramatic kind of stuff started up, and then it was almost like it didn't feel like the structure of the match continued. It just felt like the structure of the theatrics and kind of dramatization of it. I don't even know if that's a word, but I just made it up. But it ended up happening towards the end of that match. But yeah, there was very iconic parts that you could think of looking back on. I still remember in my mind something's going to be there is, you know, Taker stepping on that sledgehammer with the shot of him looking up at, you know, Taker when Triple H was going for it. That was a really memorable shot. But really the one that I really look after this is just that shot of all of them, you know, heading up the ramp was really emotional. I thought that was a really beautiful ending to this, which kind of came off weird in the match, like we all said. I really think that came off to all of us, but that ending really kind of made something special out of something that kind of came off a little interesting. But much to be, you know, come out of this, possibly going into Raw, maybe something like that, or down the road. But there's probably going to be more to come with some of this stuff down the road. Next matchup, we had the 12-man tag match to determine the general manager for both Raw and SmackDown. We had Team Johnny versus Team Teddy. Going into this, we didn't think it was going to be anything very special, and guess what? it didn't surprise us at all.
No, this match was awesome, guys. I don't know what you're talking about. April Fools.
Are we back on the yeses again?
No,
April
Fools.
April Fools. Good call. It is April 1st.
It is indeed.
Good job.
I'm pregnant. April Fools. See, you guys, you believed me.
I actually believed you were pregnant.
You did?
A little bit.
Well, this match right here, that was a good transition.
Well, very well.
It was.
Yes.
To this match here. Wow, this was just random and just unneeded and just... I don't even know how to explain this. The finish to this really put it off like, Eve was the reason that they lost. And then she pretended like she was all over Zack Ryder, and then she kicked him in his balls, and then that was it.
Yeah.
I mean, it really just got John Laurinaitis over to the point to where he could do his whole thing. It got Miz a victory, which is what, they I guess makes a lot of sense because, what happened last year. Miz didn't interfere. It just was there. It just was, It wasn't great. It wasn't even good. It was just there.
Yep. And that's the only thing I got out of it. It was the kind of randomness with Eve and Ryder and the Miz getting the pin. That's all I got out of it. And it really, this one, a lot like some of the other stuff, really just felt like setup and continuation on stuff that we're going to see going into the future. This is WrestleMania, people. We don't continue shit. You build to this. You go, this is it. This is what you go to. You don't continue bullshit going in the future, continue this GM shit that no one gives a shit about, and, Laurinaitis.
At least they have a GM now.
Yeah, they do. Johnny Laurinaitis looking like fucking Colonel Sanders out there. Your new GM for everything, I guess. That's going to be great. We're going to have more butchering of the English language going forward. Great there. Next matchup, we have the WWE title on the line. Win champion CM Punk went up against Chris Jericho. As I was telling you guys in the preview, I was so looking forward to this. This is one of my dream matches. I want to see a feud going into a big match. To me, I know some of these other guys might say some other stuff. I enjoyed this. I didn't get everything, the full potential that I thought we could have got out of this, but this was a really good matchup that these guys could pretty much, I think, go out there and put on in their sleep, in my eyes. These guys could go out there and just, they have that chemistry, that natural chemistry when they get in there and just put on some work, and that's really what we got out of this, but it really didn't get to the potential that you could really say, this is like a WrestleMania match. These guys,
stealer.
Exactly, a show stealer that you could go in and say, this is what we could have really put on. This is something that I could have seen, next month, and we could see it next month, and it'd be great next month or any other time they do it. But it really didn't feel like it really held that special WrestleMania, this is going to steal the show kind of feel, which some could say it did, some could say whatever that you want to say about it, but. I got out of it to the point that of the stuff I wanted to see them get in there. They got in there for 25, close to 30 minutes or something like that. Put on some great stuff. The submission transitions that they did towards the end was outstanding. Between the Anaconda device and the Walls of Jericho, great stuff there. So they did stuff with the top rope, the GTS, all this kind of interesting stuff. With Jericho at the beginning, doing all that shit, saying, how's your dad, how's your sister, and all this kind of fun. We were kind of laughing at that because some of it was pretty funny. But, I enjoyed this. Like I said, it wasn't to the fullest potential that I really thought it could be. I really hope this continues down the road, which it looks like it probably will. But CM Punk, with this reign that he is on, which I've wanted to see this solid, really long title run from CM Punk, because he deserved it the first time he won the title, and now we're really starting to get it, and retaining through WrestleMania is outstanding, and CM Punk's still your WWE champion.
Good match. You have to say it's one of the better matches on the card.
Oh, yeah.
From what we saw at the beginning of the night. I was expecting it to be a good match, and it came to my expectation because of what happened at the beginning of the card. I was like, oh, it's going to be a good Mania, and then it literally was just, it didn't get off, it was an airplane stuck on the ground. And then once you got to the Hell in a Cell, and then once you got to the Jericho Punk, and then the main event, it started getting back in the air. So, good match, back and forth stuff, good feud. Hope it continues.
Yeah, like you said, this is the same thing with the expectations. I like what they, did for the most part. What I didn't like, though, was if they're going out there, they'll do this best in the world and who's the best wrestler type thing. I really didn't see the reason why they put the stipulation on it if Punk gets mad, gets DQ'd, he loses the title. I guess to maybe try to build a story in the ring with Jericho. How's your father? How's your sister? How, your father's a drunk. And it was funny, but it didn't add to the match. I really thought it took away from the match because I thought it really just made it look like at any time they could set up a DQ, and then I was waiting for it. And it didn't happen. I'm glad it didn't. But this did not live up to my expectations. This was the match that I really thought could have stole the show. I thought with the talent. I don't know what it was. I really just don't know if you just what the plan is. Maybe they just want to set it up for more matches in the future, which makes no sense. Like he said, this is your WrestleMania. This is your show. You end your big feud here. Like you end your main event match. You have your best match. You do like it baffles me that they don't go out there and they have what a lot of people expected. A Shawn Chris Jericho type match.
Yeah.
Which didn't get to that, but still this was good. I think it was like I said, barely under my expectations. But it's just one of those things. I was just really disappointed with it leading through, and but I liked it for the most part.
Yeah, CM Punk's still your WWE champion. Back to the randomness. Next up, we had Brodus Clay come out. We've seen Brodus Clay numerous times. Yeah, no problem. He's gonna call somebody real quick. We've seen numerous occasions of Brodus Clay coming out and ending up doing absolutely nothing. Comes out in squash matches, has not moved, progressed anywhere off of that. And finally, we saw somebody see the light, which is what we've seen. Call somebody?
I'm going to call my mom.
Okay.
Mom? Mom? Okay.
All right, cool. Sorry to wake her up, Mama Quad. Didn't mean to do that. Finally had someone turn on their opinion of Brodus Clay.
Go ahead, Eric.
No,
You want me to go ahead?
I don't think that was
Quad. You want me?
Somebody call her mama.
I have officially cannot stand this anymore. I really wish they could have just.
This is fucking terrible.
They could have
just. This is fucking terrible, people. What the hell was that? We had this chick come out with a fake ass, dancing around Brodus Clay. A bunch of them. I was just waiting. I'm like, if fucking somebody would come out and just destroy the fuck out of Brodus Clay, this would just be tremendous. And I wanted that so bad. We didn't get it. We got a Brodus Clay dance off and having him call his mom.
Yeah. His mom was there though.
What? Yeah, she was. What the fuck was that? I mean, seriously?
Called a filler.
There you go.
Very sad.
What the fuck? And that led us straight into the main event. It was once in a lifetime. The Rock versus John Cena. Just get the crappy parts out of this first. The fucking performances by Florida, as I like to call him, and Heath Slater like to call him. Another interesting little segment on WrestleMania tonight. And Machine Gun Kelly. What the fuck is his name? Machine Gun Kelly?
Pellet Gun Kelly?
The Pellet Gun Kelly, that's right. We called him that because he's not a machine gun. We're fucking horrendous. And Florida's performance was disrespectful to Tron with that fucking motorcycle,
Absolutely.
Which is badass.
Not the truest motherfucker in the game.
Jeff Bridges will come and fucking kill you. Don't use that. Don't do it. Those were terrible. Went on far too long. Reminded me of Kid Rock or WrestleMania 25, and I hope they get deleted off the DVD. I'm sick and tired of these fucking poppy ass. This is just my opinion. These fucking poppy ass, just cheesy fucking songs for WrestleMania and all of wrestling right now. It's getting fucking old. We're not 14 years old. We're not little girls. It carried us into this matchup. So much anticipation going into this match. It goes without saying. We were looking forward to it a year in advance, and in all actuality, this was a really good matchup, and it delivered in my eyes. I think it was really good. I thought it, it brought the moment feel, the stare down that they had, the kickouts, everything that happened, the finishers, everything that they hit on each other. This was a really solid match. It's something that I thought these guys could go out there and do, and they did. Was it, the most memorable thing that we'll ever... No, it's not going to be the most memorable thing that we're ever going to remember WrestleMania history, not the biggest, hugest match or whatever. It's so hard to say all that stuff right now. Just seeing it, we'll have to rewatch, do everything, let years go by and remember to see kind of what happens down the road. But one thing that I will remember, and that is fucking absolutely outstanding, and I cannot believe this, that The Rock defeated John Cena 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. Never in my mind did I think that The Rock would defeat John Cena. I thought it was so obvious that it was going to happen, a la, what happened with Hogan and Rock, with Hogan putting over Rock. I thought this was going to move John Cena in kind of a new territory, having Rock put over Cena. But right now, we're in question of what the fuck we're going to get out of John Cena going into the future and what's going to be ahead and what's going to go down But The Rock defeating John Cena in this huge matchup, I fucking marked like a little bitch, like I was 8 years old again, because I just thought it was outstanding to see The Rock defeat John Cena, because it's just what I wanted, and it's what I got. Sound like a little fucking marky little bitch, but I don't really care. But it's going to be really interesting to see what John Cena goes in the future. He looked, they had the camera up on him, and it was just interesting to see his facial expressions of what, he's thinking and what's going to be going down here, going into the future. But once-in-a-lifetime match, The Rock defeats John Cena.
Hey, got a new shirt. Looks like the Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
I was expecting Cena to somehow do the 3 moves of doom. Crowd was really on Cena. They really weren't cheering for Rock much. It was kind of weird, but half those people in the crowd have no idea who Rock is except for the Tooth Fairy. And the guys who wear the Team Kick-Ass shirts or Team Bring It or Boots to Asses don't know the real Rock. These two grew up with them. I've watched them over DVDs and multiple pay-per-views, so I wasn't graced with the presence of him back in the day, but watching him now, and the way he beat Cena 1, 2, 3, after Cena tried to be a total tool and douche and try to do I'm going to do the people's... Yeah, you look like a total retard. Like I've said before, and I'll say again, I'm not a big fan of John Cena. I liked Cena back when he was a rapper because he was a thug. And when he came out and did the rap for The Rock, I'll give him that. He showed up. Other than that, just stick with the Fruity Pebbles box. Go visit the people at Post who make Fruity Pebbles. And don't be on my TV. I'm tired of watching you wrestle in jean shorts. The only true person that can wrestle in jean shorts is Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Go ahead.
I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of him being shoved down our throats. And
Those are for a fist pound.
Oh.
Shoved down our throats so we all can enjoy it and watch him be great. And if he beat The Rock, literally, you saw what happened to Victory Road. This table would have been flipped over.
And this is a hard table to flip over, by the way.
And it would have been rage mode. One of these two may have been through some drywall. It wouldn't have been pretty. You cannot put John Cena over The Rock. The Rock was the Attitude Era. Rock is was the face of the company, and still is the face of the company. If you walk on the street and ask a normal, civil human being who doesn't watch wrestling, say WWE, you're either going to get Hulk Hogan or The Rock. You're not going to get fucking Fruity Pebbles John Cena. And I'm done.
Absolutely.
That's our quad for you, and we love him.
All right.
They flew me in for this.
Flew you in.
We
appearance.
We couldn't have you via satellite. We had to be here live. This match was really good in the wrestling aspect. I really was really happy with how the match. They really built the match and worked around the spots they did, and really aggressive spots where they really looked like they were hitting each other hard and really looked like they hated each other. I thought that was a good move. They didn't shake hands afterwards. Thought that was great. And I think
it's not Ring of Honor.
I know.
No code of honor.
But I mean, with the way this pay-per-view went, I almost think this having The Rock win here just signifies that he's going to be around a lot longer. Because they say what's good for business is if a guy's going to leave, you don't let him get over and you don't let him leave with your heat.
That's right.
Which makes me think he's going to be around. He's going to be around. He's going to do some more matches for pay-per-views. He's going to maybe do a redemption match with Cena at SummerSlam. They're going to do something like that. Yeah. To me, as soon as I saw that happen, that's what I thought. Because I really thought Cena was going to be around. I thought The Rock was going to leave and, probably not wrestle anymore. But all the stuff that's going on right now, that made a lot of sense to me afterwards. When it happened, I just was like, that didn't make any sense to me at all. I wasn't really on either side for the win of this. I thought John Cena was going to win. Huge Rock fan. I'm glad to see he won here. But I don't know. This whole WrestleMania to me just came off so bizarre. It baffled me. We don't know the dirt sheets and all this other bullshit. How they're saying they rewrote WrestleMania a day before it happened, and it really seemed like a lot of that happened.
Yeah.
Whatever they had technically planned, they changed.
Yeah.
it really looked like a lot of this stuff, like, it really looked like Daniel Bryan, Sheamus probably were going to have a longer match. It looked like John Cena was probably going to win.
Yeah.
I don't know if they thought that everyone out there thought they knew the scoop and they wanted to change everything, but, I'm glad this main event, I think, showed up, and I like I said, it wasn't the greatest main event of all time, but they put on a good wrestling match,
yes.
And that's what I was glad to see out of this. The crowd was into it, and I think that worked. But like I said, left us all baffled, and really mostly just disappointed with the overall just card quality.
And that's really saying something as he was saying of how WWE, they're the number one people that understand how to deliver when it matters, and they usually do. And I'm not saying that there weren't great matches on here, periodically thrown on, but full together when you put a card together. And the expectation that this fucking WrestleMania had, so many people were talking that this could possibly go down as the greatest WrestleMania of all time. And when you go in there, if, like you said, if they went and flipped some stuff around or did this and that, the overall feel of this card was just fucking baffling and just confusing the whole way through. I just felt like I was like in a nightmare, just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, the structure of things, if it just flip-flopped throughout this kind of stuff, it was somebody, ending up changing something in the long run of how this stuff went down. It just was, it was weird. And I'm really interested to see what you guys out there say. Yeah. I know you guys will put your comments on there. We'll see everybody talk about it. But if you're thinking the kind of same thing of how the feeling of this, because we're usually unified in a lot of the ways that we think of things or how we felt like this, and we could not feel more confused a lot of stuff and just, baffled.
It was a good pay-per-view.
Just
great pay-per-view.
Yes. Quady's going to stick with the yeses. It
No,
doesn't
because,
matter.
okay, what I love how everybody's like a Debbie Downer on bad pay-per-views. Everyone's like, oh, this is shit. We've seen a lot worse this past year in all three companies.
It's WrestleMania, though.
It's WrestleMania. That's fine.
Dude.
Or WrestleMania. If you look at the card, let's say we all sat here and looked at the card. Our expectations up to here. We probably got about right here. Everything can't be perfect. Everything can't be a 5-star match. Everybody can't go out there. All of our favorite wrestlers can't win.
I'm not saying that. The matches that we looked at, okay, I mean, if people would say the matches that looked the most intriguing, the Hell in a Cell, the WWE title, and Rock and Cena. I mean, those were the three best matches by and far. Mm-hmm. And really, the lower part of this card, and I agree with you, I'm not a Debbie Downer at all. I'm, whatever the fuck we get is whatever we get. But, that's just how it's going to be delivered. But just...
We were around in the time where we had the 17. We saw the WrestleMania 17s, the 19s, the 21. Those the ones that are really, really good, and the expectations of those going on. You think with a lot of where they're going,
it gains through the years, and you get an idea, and that's what WWE is so solid when it comes to realizing. Like I said, when it comes to something big, they usually understand how to deliver it. And this looked like the most fucking easy card to deliver, just grade A, solid stuff with what they had on paper. And really, with some of the stuff it did great, with some of the stuff that could have maybe possibly crept up and did something special, those didn't deliver. You look at the, Daniel Bryan, Sheamus, we didn't get shit out of that. We didn't get anything. You look at, Randy Orton, Kane, what it is. Cody, Big Show, it is what it is. Nothing really did anything to really kind of satisfy something that, okay, that's surprising. I didn't think that was going to, really deliver something like that. And the matches that could have, been those solid matches were solid, but really just had a feeling of something off. And it really just it was like something like that. But in the end, we got some solid matches out of this. It will be a WrestleMania that will be remembered for many different reasons, whatever it is. But this is WrestleMania 28, and it'll be talked about for a very long time to come. And this will now wrap up our WWE WrestleMania 28 review. For my partner Squad and Ryan, I am your host, J-Man. Thank you for watching another edition of the Instant Wrestling Report, your source for pro wrestling news, information, opinions, instantly.
This is a